Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a mandala workshop. And early in the morning, sorry, in the afternoon, we had a woolen kite making workshop. In case you have missed out on that, you can go and have a look at it. So in today's mandala workshop, we're going to keep it very simple. We're not going to, add any color to it, but we'll be making it, you could say, a Navratri special. So let's start and see what we have. Okay, so I have my paper here. I've taken a square sheet of paper. Now what I will do is 9. Okay, so I will take the center part first. So I have a ruler. I have a compass also. Where did that disappear to? Okay, it's here. Right there. And then I'll have a pencil, and then I have a marker also. I'll just keep this back. Okay, so I will take my pencil and I will start by drawing the center, and I will mark the center of the square first. So you can either measure it out with a ruler, or what you can also do is I think we'll measure it out with the ruler. Okay, so we'll take about 10.5 centimeters, like say right about here, and same thing this side as well, right about 10.5 centimeters. I'll just very roughly mark it at where I feel the center would be, somewhere in this area. And the same thing, I will flip this over and I will take, give or take, 10.5 centimeters. Of course, for you it would depend on the size of your paper. Oh, I could have just done this here. I had already marked one side out. Yeah. So somewhere around here. Sorry, I'll just place this to the center over here. Okay. Now I will take my compass and we're going to make it relatively big. So let me just double check the corners. Okay. So now I will draw a circle just like that. I'll darken this so that it's visible to you. Yeah. See, somewhere until here, like that. Then we can adjust it later on. Okay, and then I will take another one and I will draw that. I think just a little bit smaller. So you can even rotate the paper if you want. But just know that it will create a hole over here. If you're okay with it, then well and good. Okay, so I'll just make a whole circle with this, but I'll keep it very light. And then the same thing here. Which side was it? Okay, it is like this. Then a little bit more, maybe half a centimeter. Like that. Okay, so we have these consecutive circles done. Let me just show it to you like that. I've kept this side a little lighter because I will be drawing something else over here. In English, we would call it a trident. I'm assuming in Hindi it's a trishur. Okay. And then, let's see. Okay. So I'll draw another circle here for as a reference. Now, if you want to see the reference, you can join our WhatsApp group that is there in the description below. You can join that, and I will be uploading the reference to this workshop as well in there. I think maybe just a little more from the outsides, just a thin line. Okay. Okay, before I start with this marker, I will draw the trident over here. I hope this is visible to everyone. One second, and okay, now we can continue. So for the trident, I will take it somewhere towards the center. Just a second, guys. Oh. Okay, so for the trident, I will take it down towards the center. Sorry about the delay, I'm having some issue with the screen. Yeah. Now I will take this trident and I will bring it, say, about this high, like that. And then the same thing here. I think that's a little too thick, so I can thin it out a bit. Yeah, like that. Okay, I'll just darken this so that it's a lot more visible. Yeah, like that. Now, normally I wouldn't darken it this much, but since I need it to be visible to you, I am darkening it as such. And now over here, I will add say a part like this. So it'll come towards the center of the trident, and then from here I can draw a line. I need to make sure that this is straight. Okay, from here I'll draw a line up until I think this much should be good. So I have a line that is drawn here. I'll continue this line down as well. Okay, and now from here, move my eraser. From here I will start to mark out just certain slightly complicated areas before I jump into the main drawing or painting. Like this. Like that. And then I will mark where the other part of the trident comes. So here I'm just marking, I'm taking these 2 points as references, and I'm marking how far it would be from the other trident. Run something like that, and then the same thing here. What I can do is I can just roughly draw an oval, and then I will wrap this around it so it looks a lot more natural this way. I will pull it close to this. Same thing here. And then now we have the trident with Trishur being formed. Am I audible? Okay, cool. Now the same thing here. So this distance I will roughly take it there. I will go for long lines when I'm doing this. Same thing here, I'll bring this down. And here also I will this like that. So we have the trident over here. And this area also. Just like that. Now I'm just marking out certain areas that I know will be covered. Okay, so this trident is done. So what I can do now is I can either finish all of this and then start, or I can do this one first and then start with the mandala. But I think for now I will just start with this because I want to see how it turns out. Like that. Same thing here. And the same thing there. Now I can start. I think before I color this, I will do the outline for the rest as well. So now for this, I will use a scale. Otherwise, normally I wouldn't use a scale. But since I'm using a marker, only for that reason will I be using a scale. Yeah, like that. And this middle portion also. There. Now here. I'll take my time and I'll be as careful as I can. Here also. Here also like that. So now I'm just marking out the areas that I want to entirely darken. This also I can add on top. There you go, like that. Now I'll start darkening it. I will so for certain areas I have a black acrylic marker with me, which I would say is relatively thick. So I'll use this marker to cover up the large areas, like that. Now I think there might be a slight difference in color since the thin marker that I used, it gives a little bit of a brownish shine to it, but we can manage. Here also, again I always start with the outline and then I go towards the inner parts. So what I mean by that is I will do the part which touches the line first, and then I will peacefully do the inner side. Now with the thinner marker I can start to fill in these areas like that. So now what we can do is we can add a bit of texture to this by just putting in some dots. So this technique of adding dots is called stippling. STIPLING, stippling. So whenever you try to shade, or in other terms cover an area with dots, that technique is known as stippling. There you go, just like that. So if at any place you feel like you want to add more, you can always do so. For me, I feel like this much is enough. Then I will add it over here as well. I seem to have hit the camera. Yeah. Okay, now we can start with the mandala part. Now I will take my pencil and I will start doing the designs. So in this circle, in this first line over here, I will add, well, I can do this with the marker itself directly. Just keep adding circles here. There you go, like that. And now let me see if this marker goes in. It's very unlikely. What if I do tighten it still? Will it remain in place? I think it will remain in place. Let me try. Oh, it's not touching. What about this side? Okay, this side seems to be touching. So if you're lucky enough to let your marker fit through this, okay, like that. So this is still pretty loose. Like that. And so you can see the difference in the outline while I do this. If you can try free-handing it as well. Not bad. Try again. Yeah. Pretty good. Okay, there I might have messed up a little bit. But otherwise, it's not that bad. So let's say you want to freehand the circle once you're done. Assuming your marker doesn't really fit into this. So how I would suggest is you hold your pencil or your marker from the middle and then you try to go do it in one flow. So take a section, try to do that in one flow. Rotate it, take another section, try to do it in one flow. Just like that. Yeah. So now I'll try this part also. So like I said, we'll do one section, say from here till here. And try to keep your hand movement to a medium pace, not too fast, not too slow. So if I do it very slow, this is how it will turn out. See how how wavy this is, and look at this line. Now I'll try to do it in a slightly smoother motion. There. Now don't get me wrong, it might not be perfect, but if you compare this to this line here, you can just see how big of a difference it is. Yeah. And then you can shade this area here. Like that. So we can just draw straight lines. So just draw straight lines downward, like that. And then whatever part is, left, we can then go back to it. Just like that. Like this. And we are almost done with one part of the mandala. So right now I'm doing it in a very non-conventional way. Normally how people would do it is, or normally how it would go, is you finish the drawing, then you finish the outline, and then you go for the shading. But today I wanna try a different approach. Not the same old approach. Okay, so there we have that. Okay. Now we can start with the other part. So from here we can have this pattern come down. Same thing over there. Same thing this side. Oh, that one was a little bit too stiff. And then here also. Like that. Yeah, I think this is much better. Now first we'll create this type of a shape. just like that. Now within this, I will create another one coming out in this manner, and I'll make it just slightly taller than what these already are. So I'm using this as a middle line, and then I'm connecting it to the top. Same thing here. There you go, like that. This is how it's supposed to be. Okay. And now from this tip and this tip, I will take again this part as the center, and I will mark, let's say, right about here. So this part will go up, and this part will come down, like that. Same thing here, and this part will go up, and this part will come down. Just make sure that it's in proper alignment with, oh, I wasn't supposed to do that. That's a mistake, but it's okay. Same thing there. So I'll take this straight up, out and down, up and in. Same thing here. This one turned out a little thinner than expected. There. And then again from here, over here also I can just put one like that. So now I can see it's starting to fall into together. Now I haven't done any designs inside of it just yet. I will finish all the outer portions first, and then I will go for it. Now same thing here. I will take this, come straight up. Here also come straight up, straight up. Now I'm just marking where I want the okay. Now from here I can bring this up also, and connect it down to this. Yeah. Some of them might be a little bit wide, but that is okay. With the repeated patterns, it won't really be noticed unless you really focus onto it. Yeah, like that. Now I'll do this outer circle that I seem to have left. Yeah. Oh, over here also I can added that. Okay. Now from here, just be a bit careful. Since we have this patterns inside, we want to be careful with the outer circle. Okay. Now over here, I will add another one to this, sort of like a concentric pattern. Don't keep up, I'm too fast, I'm too fast. Okay, like that. And now from here, but in the inner, the smallest part, I will just add the shape like that. And the same thing here also. So I'll mark the middle, bring this one over there like that. Same thing here. Like that. Same thing here. Is there anyone that is doing this with me as well? Anyone who is watching this? There you go, we have that down. And then inside of this I will add these straight lines in the next pattern that we had drawn. Like this. Okay, now we can move on to the next one, which are these, medium big ones. So over here, I'll start with one in the middle, like that, and then I'll draw smaller ones like this. Same thing here, one middle one, then I'll draw these small ones here. So one in the middle, 3 to the sides. One in the middle, 3 to the sides. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Same thing here. If in case the shape is a bit wider than the others, you can make it a bit bigger also. Again over here also. There you go. Now you can see it start taking, shape. So before I do this part, I will do the smaller area here, since it is just basic lines. Like that. Same thing here. over here also. We'll just draw simple straight lines. And try to keep them as equidistant as possible as you can. Even if you make one a little further than the other, it's okay. Oh, that's turning out lovely. It's hard to believe the circle is free-handed. Okay. Now for this last area here, we will take this up, take this over here like that. And then I will keep the lines a little wider on this side. So I'll take this up. Same thing here. Yeah, that big, that many lines should be enough. Over here also, just add like a small V-like shape over there. We'll have it like the columns in Rome. How they have that twirly sort of I can't believe I'm calling it twirly, but how they have that shape though. Same thing there. Yeah, and then one last. Right there. Now let's see if there's anything else we could add to this. The lines over here. I've forgotten about them. So we'll keep these lines to the minimum, so that it doesn't blend in with the background. Then if you want, you can write Happy Navratri also over here, and you can use it as, like a greetings card as well. Okay. So let's have one final look. This is what we have done so far. So if you guys enjoyed making this with me, I hope to see you come back tomorrow, where we have another workshop at 12:30 and our evening workshop at 5:30. But I think tomorrow we might keep one a little bit earlier. But let's see, we will keep you all informed about it. So if you've enjoyed this workshop and you feel like you have learned something new, you can drop a like or maybe leave a comment also. And if you'd like to join our WhatsApp group, where we have a lot of interactive sessions, where we all post our paintings and I give out some art challenges as well, you can have a look at it in the description down. So thank you everyone for joining me, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.